Good evening. Thank you for taking the time to view my presentation on my final professional development project. The title of my project is Welcome to College and Career Readiness at Central Carolina Community College, What You Need to Know. This was created for ITC5550, taught by Dr. Krista Terry. So, what are the needs? Why do I want to create this program? I need to create this program because I'm responsible for instructors in a 1,500 square mile service area that are hired throughout the year. There's not one time of the year when we hire instructors. We hire them one here and one in January and one in July and one in August, just throughout the year. They're located at 20 locations and just hired one at a time. They all need to have basic policy training and know some specific things about what our procedures are like at CCCC in the College and Career Readiness Department. In particular, they need to know how to use web attendance, which is how we report our student attendance on the internet through a web-based application, but it's very complicated. It's not user-friendly, and it requires some tutoring. They also need to understand how our funding sources work. It's very important in the College and Career Readiness Department to retain students and to keep a class size of at least 10 students, because our funding comes from actual butts in the seats, is how we put it in community college lingo. We need to have per hour, like we actually make money per every 15 minutes that a student is seated in our class. So we don't make very much money per each student in 15 minutes. So we need to have about 10 of them in order to pay for our overhead, including the teacher salary. So it's really important that our teachers learn how to retain students and to maintain a class of about 10 students at all times. Those are our needs. So what methods will I utilize? It will be an onboarding course that will be offered via Canvas. It's a completely self-paced, and based on a distance education model, similar to how we are taking our classes at Appalachian State University. There are 6 modules in the course, and each module will take approximately 2 hours to complete. The courses will include face-to-face video instruction, screencast video tutorials, and some embedded electronic documents. Each module will culminate in a quiz to ensure that the students in the classes have learned what they needed to learn from each module. What are the evaluations? Based on the Kirkpatrick model, reaction phase will be that at the end of the course, the students will complete an online SurveyMonkey questionnaire explaining whether they enjoyed the course, if they felt like it was valuable, if they learned what they felt like they needed to learn to be good instructors. To evaluate the learning, the students will be assessed before they begin the course and again upon completion of the course. So I'm planning to give them a basic questionnaire or quiz covering the material that we're going to go over to see how much they know before they take the course, and then I'll give them the same quiz at the end to see how much they know when we finish the course. For the behavior phase, students will receive a SurveyMonkey questionnaire 3 months after they've completed the online course to see how they feel that it's affected their behavior. Do they feel like they can adequately instruct their students and fill out the paperwork like they're supposed to be? Instruction's actually not usually our problem. Our problem is with the paperwork that the teachers complete. So it'll be based on the survey will be asking them how they feel about the web attendance and other lease paperwork that we have to fill out for the federal and state governments. And then the results phase is a little complicated, I think, for me to measure in my project. It'll be informally collected by the lease staff. Lease staff are the people who, or the ladies who, it's all ladies right now, who compile the paperwork and the data and submit it to the state and federal governments. And they're the ones who deal all day with problems and data errors. So they'll be able to tell me quickly or relatively quickly whether or not there has been a reduction in data errors, and I will ask them to compile that data as well to keep track of how many errors we're getting right now and how many we get after teachers start going through this course. And of course, we'll also be always paying attention to the student retention. Thank you for listening.